you're going to hear the message of believing in yourself again and again and again. Not only from me, but from countless others that have awakened to their true self. And while it might not be easy to adopt this message of believing in yourself, we're going to keep speaking of it in a repetitious manner, like seeds in the garden. And I understand that, like I said, it's not, you can't just adopt it mentally because your body, your cells, your DNA have been conditioned and programmed to be dependent on God. They have been conditioned into dependency, even codependency, because for many of us who were Christian once, we completely lost ourselves, right? So codependency is when you lose your self-identity and you're fully absorbed in another, emotionally dependent on another for your identity. So that's what has happened to most of us. We were programmed and conditioned and indoctrinated into codependence on God and into believing in God. The notion of trusting yourself and believing in yourself was anathema, right? That didn't even cross our mind because it wasn't a thing. Because for many of us, right from childhood, we were bombarded with the message that we're bad, that we're no good. In religion, we were told we were sinners, and it required an innocent man to shed his blood. And that's pretty strong brainwashing. So your cells, when we say trust yourself and believe in yourself, your cells are screaming, no! Absolutely not. The enmity towards yourself is that strong, but it's unconscious and subconscious, right? You were not conscious when you were taught, conditioned by your environment and upbringing. You were not conscious because you were not yet self-aware. So, with all the conditioning that you have received by repetition, we're going to have to keep repeating to trust in yourself and believe in yourself. And mainly, what we're doing is we're encouraging you by our courage, by our example, that it is possible. You will notice that for many of us who have deconstructed Christianity, God, and faith, that we did not turn into some demons, some monsters, but that we gained clarity and self-awareness, and it has made us more healthy, more balanced, and it has restored to us a level of mental health. I just wanted to say, just because you hear it, and you need to hear it 1,000 times maybe, that there's nothing wrong with you if you can't accept it right away, because your body needs to be, your cells need to become conditioned to the safety, that it is safe and is allowed to believe in yourself. It's allowed, right? So Let's get this nail off the road. So until you become comfortable with the idea of believing in yourself, till you feel like you have the permission to do that, then you can build yourself up in that belief, in that trust. And then you can become whole, because you can't become whole with that conditioned enmity within yourself. If you hold yourself in such low esteem, you cannot build yourself. And that's what wholeness is all about. And when you are whole and believing in yourself and knowing yourself as the true source, not as God separate from you, but God through you and in you and as you, then you can stop believing in God, right? The concept and the idea of believing in God, that is something that we were taught and conditioned from an awareness that is separate, divided, and we were outward looking for God, outward looking for salvation. But salvation is really within us. It is us, and it starts by believing in yourself. So if you have any questions, if you would like help with the deconstruction process, if you like what you see in my life, I invite you to check out my books, Renegade Musings, Journey into Consciousness, where I have chronicled, written, recorded my journey to consciousness, and some of the questions and insights that came to me on my morning walks. And I'm pretty sure that you'll be able to relate as I uncover the subconscious programming, and it'll help bring some things to remembrance. It's not meant to teach you, it's meant to spark remembering in you. And it might just fast track your deconstruction a little bit, because I have already, one could say, done the weeding in the garden. And you just have to pick the fruit, and can kind of use it as a guideline. So, my books are available on Amazon.com or the respective countries that you are in. And I have paperback copies, and I have a beautiful hardcover compilation of the first 5 volumes that is titled The Renegade Bible. So I invite you to check that out, and as a support for your deconstruction. I'm not just deconstructing religion there, I am also reconstructing my psyche. So I'll show you how I have done it. All right, you have a wonderful day now.